a genuine friendship, to weather those small storms, there has to be that capacity for one to love the other. It sounds more, it's starting to sound more like romantic relationships, but it's actually not, because I think for genuine friendship, there has to be a sort of intimacy. And if you don't have that capacity to love, it will always be, you're changing friends because this one has done this, because they have become more successful than you. Because if it was like that, the story of David and Jonathan, David became the king. He became so great, actually, and Jonathan stuck with him. So if Jonathan did not have that capacity to love, he would have been afraid that, this guy is getting too mighty, too great. I can't be friends with him again, because he has not taken me up with him. I just see him rising, conquering these people. Me, I'm just here stuck with my father's soul. So a heart that does not have love will have those kinds of voices. So the first thing of a genuine friendship, love. And love is not intrinsically manufactured. It is not something you decide to do. Love is something you tap from somewhere. Okay, it is something you tap from somewhere. It does not occur naturally to your heart. It is something influenced by something. Well, that is bad English, but I hope it makes sense. So our love for God, and
Yeah, it
that
does.
that that love of God is very important if you want to have a genuine friendship, because everyone will have the capacity to love, because first they love who? They love God. So that is very important. The second thing is um, covenant. What I mean by covenant is this. Do you have, even me and you, we don't talk on a day to day. It's not like, today I'm Rehema, good night. Tomorrow, Rehema. The other day, Rehema. We don't talk even sometimes for weeks, but we know that we're still friends. It is a covenant. It is beyond, what we think we want at times. Let me put it that way. It is like a covenant. So, like our pastor, she has this friend from Nigeria who comes occasionally to preach to us. She usually tells us that we don't talk with her even at times for months. But when we call on each other, could you come and help me minister here and there? Or when she calls her back to Nigeria, they heed each other's call because there is that covenant. So I believe genuine friendship should have that covenant. Then, of course, love for each other. That is very important, and loyalty. Yeah, I think those are the most important things, uh, or the most vital things for a true friendship. So mostly our quality of friendships these days, they don't work because we don't have that capacity to love, because we have not truly interacted with that, or with what love is. uh, that is that love of God, because you can't give what you don't have. Rehema, if my heart is full of anger, full of resentment, I can't love anyone. I can't have a genuine friendship. It will be full of insecurity. It will be full of doubts. It will be full of, it will be hot and cold. So I think love,
Yeah.
love, love is the
So
most important. Yeah. Or what do you think?
I like how, yeah, I like how you said that, love is tapped from somewhere, and dare I say it's tapped from someone. We learn to love from how we have received love from God. And even the Bible says we love because He first loved us. It is tapped from who, and from that overflow is when we get to love other people. And because we are filled, and then now we get to overflow. So when our relationship with God starts to become flawed, our relationships with others start to become flawed as well. And there's also something else you've said about loving despite of, errors, or someone did this to me, or someone hurt me. And some people will hurt you intentionally, like, with Judas and Jesus. And other people, it's unintentional. We all make mistakes. I might say something that hurts you very deeply, and even I would be like immediately like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. If I have bitterness in my heart, I'll be like, why would you say that? How could you? You must have done it intentionally. So part of, I think, a healthy friendship involves making allowance for other people's faults, and at the same time learning to resolve conflict, learning to show up and tell someone, when you said this, it hurt me, and when you do this, or when you fail to do this, it hurt. And also, on the other, if we look at it from the other perspective, we learning also to solve conflict by asking for forgiveness and telling someone, oh, I'm really sorry for how I spoke. It was the wrong tone. I said the wrong thing. I apologize. It was out of line. Just fess up. Don't start saying, oh, I woke up badly. I was stressed that day. Just tell someone, I'm sorry, I hurt you, and that was not my intention. I'm sorry. So also learning to resolve conflict together is really, really important. And also with the way you said love, I think love is like the sum of it all. Love accommodates for wrongs, does not keep record of wrongs. Love is not selfish or self-seeking. So it's not about like, oh, you start comparing someone like, oh, they've made it and I haven't, what's wrong with me? Then if there's some kind of, ill feelings there, you cheering somebody on, showing up when people need us, allowing, and also receiving love from people. And that can be also a huge thing. If you don't know how to receive love, it can be a really huge problem. And also something that I've learned that causes a lot of pain in relationship is when we do not give of ourselves. You can be in a relationship with somebody and never give of yourself. You can give of your time, you can buy them gifts, take them for dates, hang out with them, but you're always withdrawn. They do not know anything about you. Have you ever been in a friendship with someone and you look at 1 year later and you're like, I actually don't know this person at all. We just laugh. Like, I have no idea about how they're doing, nothing. Have you ever
Where they
been in a
live.
friendship with somebody like that?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, even one.
I have.
Yeah, and it's usually really painful when you want to be there for someone when they're going through something, and this can also come up in romantic relationships where someone is going through something and they shut down. They will not speak. They've cut out communication. You can tell something is wrong, but they just will not get to give of themselves, to just say, I am in pain, or this is what I'm going through. They shut down. They'll not let you celebrate with them. And that you can also be doing that to somebody. And the most important thing you can give in a relationship is to give of yourself, to be open. The way you said, it's an how did you call it?
Heart to heart.
Yes, it's a heart to heart. It's an intimate affair. You cannot have genuine friendships if you hide who you are. Nobody can really see the real you. They do not know who you really are. It's important to show up and
You
show up
become
authentic.
vulnerable. You
Exactly.
you lay your life down in that you say, this is who I am. You're seeing everything. Yeah.
Yes, and this is for doing in friendship, not with random people. We are clarifying, not with random people, not with the casual friends like we had mentioned. This is with your core friends, the friendship that is based on truth and wisdom, your core friends. Yeah.